Okay, this is In the Classroom, an educational podcast making teaching and learning more transparent. My name is Benjamin Stewart. Today is December 27th, 2019. Wanted to give a brief overview of some of the technologies I'm planning on using for next semester, and basically going to walk you through some aspects of my personal website as well as Facebook, or a Facebook page called In the Classroom. Before we get started, if you're interested in any of the topics that we talk about today and you want to comment or reach out to me directly, probably the best way to do that is via my Facebook profile. And you can contact me directly using my handle BNLEEZ, and or use the hashtag EdChat, EDCHAT. So if you want to ever be a part of the broadcast, or if you have anything that you would like to share, feel free to reach out to me, or obviously share some of your experiences and insights into some of the topics that we're addressing here in the classroom. Again, either via Twitter or reach out directly with me if you wish to be a part of the broadcast. So today I want to talk about my personal website. So let me pull up that here. And you can access my website at benjaminlstewart.org. And since this also is going out as a podcast, you might want to view this as a post at this website, benjaminlstewart.org, to see the video, since a lot of what we talk about today is going to have a visual component, being able to see the actual website and the In the Classroom Facebook page that I'm planning on using for next semester. Next semester, I'm going to be teaching 3 classes. Two groups are actually the same class. This is a Grammar and Context 2 course, and this is for English language learners at an L2 to B1 English level proficiency. And I'm also teaching a writing workshop for 4th semester learners who are about at a B1, B2 English language proficiency level. So I'm going to be using my website to host these 2 classes. And since I'm just getting started with some of the planning here, we won't be able to see much of what I have here, but I'm going to try to explain the way that I'm going to approach some of the content that I'm going to be using in my class. It's important to mention that the classes that I do teach are face-to-face, so everything that I talk about here is an effort to provide a blending learning experience, kind of flipping the classroom, if you will, and basically trying to make content as available to my learners as possible so that they have a lot of different ways that they can interact, not just what we do in class, but that they have access to much of what we talk about and work in class. They also have access to interact with the same content outside the classroom, as well as interact with themselves. So the website that I have here, you'll notice along the top, I have a blog section and a channel section. Now, again, some of this may change. In fact, as I'm going through this, I'm becoming aware of the fact that I probably will need a follow-up video as I get closer to the first day of class and I get much of what I'm going to be talking about today populated into these spaces. It'll be, I think, more apparent as I get closer to better explain kind of what I'm going to be doing. But basically, I'm going to have a blog, and the blog is basically going to be any content that I feel like sharing, and some of the content's going to directly relate to my English language learners that I have in class, that I see face to face, and some of it may go beyond what the class is that I'm currently teaching. So basically, the blog is going to be organized by date, as most blogs are, and the most current information is going to be along the top. But I'm also thinking that I'm going to have individual blogs that are going to be directly related to the content that I'm using in my face-to-face classes. So the blog is going to be, again, just a space where I'm going to be uploading content as I come across it, as I feel I need to share it and put it out there. I'm going to be using a blog to do that. Now, you'll see here that there are cases where I've created a podcast, an audio podcast, along with show notes for that particular episode. And this will probably be a common format for much of the content that I'm going to be sharing. So again, a lot of what I'm going to be sharing is going to be via the In the Classroom Facebook in the form of a video, but much of the same content that I upload as a video will also be converted to an audio podcast. And so then the idea is to share some show notes, some text that complement the audio, and that will be found here in the blog. So you can scroll through here and see various blog posts in the past that I've created, and I'll continue to do so going forward. Now, the channel section is going to be where I actually host the class that I'm currently teaching. So I'm going to be teaching again next semester Grammar and Context 2 and Writing Workshop. Today is December 27th, so the classes that I'm going to be talking about today are going to be starting the 27th of January in about a month. So again, expect a lot of changes. As we look at it today, you'll see that there are still a lot of things that I need to complete before we get started. The first being the content for this class, Grammar and Context 2. You'll notice here on this screen there's not any information, but the idea here is I'm going to create a space in this page here that will link to the different blog posts that make up this particular class. So I'm going to have content organized by unit. I may have it by date, but students will be able to access all of the course content in this space under channels for their respective class, and it will again be organized by unit, by date. It'll be in a way that hopefully they will be able to access and find as we move along throughout the course. So this information here under channels, this is where each of the classes that I offer can be found, and again, links will be provided to the direct blogs here so that they don't necessarily have to search for a blog post here, because again, some of the content that I create for my classes will be integrated with other educational topics that I decide to talk about, and so that will be, again, that will be the idea of the blog. The channel will be where students can find their class content. Now, another page that students may find useful is the home page, where they can also find access to the In the Classroom Facebook page. So the idea with the Facebook page is to use the page to interact and basically share, thoughts and insights and ideas with each other as well as with me. And this is going to be the space where this happens. Now, you'll notice in this particular Facebook page, I have some groups. If you click to groups, I have 3 different groups that correspond to each of the classes that I'm going to be teaching next semester. And this will be just for those cases where they need to interact as a group, or maybe I want to post something directly to one particular group. This is where this could happen. Last semester we used WhatsApp. This is basically going to be in lieu of using WhatsApp. We're going to be using Facebook instead of WhatsApp to interact with each other. And I just want to have this level of accessibility with learners so that they can contact me either privately or publicly regarding anything that we're doing in class. And of course, we'll also be doing some activities both in class and outside of class that will involve Facebook. So again, the idea is to kind of integrate Facebook, in this particular case, a dedicated Facebook page to In the Classroom with respective groups for each class, and make this public. And so because this is a public page, if other learners are interested in this content, they can also find this information and access it and interact with it as well. So in the classroom web page, this is the website. You'll notice here I also have some tweets from my Twitter account. I am constantly sharing tweets that relate to education, so you can find those tweets here as well. But that goes a little bit beyond the objective of the course, having classes in these two websites. You'll notice here in the classroom website that there's a broadcast page. This is basically where live streams can be found as well as video archives. I have a publications page, an About Me page, and students that are enrolled in classes will also have the option to log into my website to have access to certain pages that are private. So in order to access those pages, students will need to log into this account to this website to access those private pages. All right, so this is what I wanted to talk about today, just to kind of provide a brief overview. I'm going to continue experimenting a little bit more about Facebook Live as I'm just getting started and becoming more familiar with this new layout for Facebook Studio, and still going to currently use OBS for now, and this is the application that I'm using for broadcasting, and this is my current setup. So I think we'll stop there for today. If anyone has any questions, more specific questions about some of the classes that I'm going to be teaching or technologies that I'm planning on using for sharing this information, feel free to reach out to me. Again, you can contact me via the In the Classroom Facebook page. You can also reach me in the Twitter sphere. You can contact me using my handle BNLEEZ or use the hashtag EdChat. Thanks for listening. This has been In the Classroom, an educational podcast for making teaching and learning more transparent. My name is Benjamin Stewart, and we'll see you in the next broadcast.